I'm gonna tell you how I made $500,922.03 with 8,000 followers in 2023. So here's the thing, I'm not sharing this video as a brag about money. I'm not flexing on the internet. I just wanna show you what's possible with a small audience. A lot of people think that we need these big numbers and big followings in order to make money. And today I'm going to walk you through 5 things that supported me in making $500,000 with a really small audience. The first thing I want to talk about today is my business model. 2023 was the very first year that I implemented a business model and stuck to it for an entire 12 months. Every quarter, every month, every week, every day. Create a plan and stick to it. So I stayed consistent with my product suite, I stayed consistent with my sales strategies, I stayed consistent with my launches, and I didn't deviate. I didn't implement new strategies halfway through the year. I didn't get distracted by new tactics or new online marketing blueprints. I made a plan and I followed through with it, and that allowed me to stay really focused on my goals and my vision. I also stayed consistent with my soul clients and my brand messaging. So I always knew who I was talking to and what I was saying across all platforms on all different touch points. The second thing I want to share with you today is consistency on social media. So there's so much talk about, do I need to be consistent? And I'm just going to go out there and say it helped me a lot in 2023. I showed up often with clear, consistent messaging. My energy was high, my communication channels were open, and I showed up. If you're gonna do one thing for yourself in 2024, especially if you've got a small audience, show up for them. So I know this is a lot easier said than done. We're all human. We have days where we feel uninspired or really not in the zone to show up for an online community. What I recommend is having pieces of content batched and prepared that you can post on days that you're feeling uninspired, or even using simpler sharing methods like sharing other people's posts to your Instagram stories or sending out an email that highlights someone else's work. It doesn't always need to be a masterpiece. You don't always need to go out and do a live or show your face on social media in order to be present. So be compassionate towards yourself and allow your energy to lead, but always find new ways to show up so that your audience doesn't feel disconnected from you, even when you need to take some alone time. So the third component is authenticity. I know this is a buzzword, but honestly, this is really important. Every single day I showed up in 2023, I showed up as me. What you'll learn here is that the brand is you, and you want to be showing up in a real, raw, messy, authentic way so that your audience can really get to know who you are. Especially if you have a small audience, really focus on giving the people that are there in the room with you all of you. And that doesn't just mean the bright, shiny versions of you. It means the real, honest, authentic version of you. That's going to create deeper connections, build deeper relationships, and it's going to build you a more loyal following. And those are the people who are not only going to watch your stories, but they're the ones who are going to walk with you. I genuinely believe that creating these deep, real, honest relationships with my audience was one of the reasons that I was able to hit these numbers in 2023, because they weren't just people on the internet. These people became my friends, my real, true community. So don't be afraid to show up authentically. Try this out for yourself and try to remove that fear of what people are going to think about you. When you focus your attention on the people that are there in your audience rather than trying to grow your audience and attract new people, should feel a lot easier for you to show up as your true authentic self. So the fourth contributing factor to making $500,000 in my business last year was my product suite. I dialed my product suite. I got super clear, super specific on what each offer was, and I had a wide range of different offers and products that were priced differently to appeal to everyone in my audience. There was low barrier to entry with pay what you can workshops, and then my product suite varied all the way up to one-to-one $10,000 coaching packages. Okay, okay? If you are going to try to make a lot of money with a little audience, then you want to make sure that you have a product that appeals to each one of those people in your audience. Take down the barriers to entry and create an accessible product suite that invites people to buy. If you want to see what my product suite looks like, you can head to my website, www.robynsavage.com, and you'll see how clearly my offers are outlined. From workshops to the mastermind to one-to-one coaching, you'll be able to see how it's all laid out. I also believe in full pricing transparency, so you can go to my website and see all of my prices. There's no need to make people jump through hoops in order to find the information. This actually empowers my audience to make the best choice for them. So the fifth and final thing is, I obviously don't have millions of people in my audience, right? I give energy and attention to the people that are there with me rather than focusing and scrambling and forcing and pushing and striving to grow my audience. I do not pay attention to the algorithm. I do not post for vanity metrics. And truthfully, I hardly ever keep an eye on my insights and analytics. Why? Because I'm not actually doing this to drive results. I'm creating from a place of desire and true inspiration, which allows me to let go of the results, okay? If you are constantly trying and striving to increase your numbers and you're focusing more on the results than you're focusing on the artistry of your work, then you are going to get really burnt out trying to hit specific targets. When you start focusing more on what you're giving than what you're getting, you will start getting more than you give. I really hope that this video inspires you not to get carried away waiting and wishing for a big following to start making money. What I know for sure through my experience is that you don't need 1 million followers in order to get paid for what you do. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit subscribe and stay tuned for more content like this. The brand is you. I love you.